Hey there, Libra Sun, Libra Moon, Libra Rising. Welcome to your reading for the month of September. We are going to do a form of the Celtic Cross. We're going to cover the first 2 weeks in this video, along with that full moon that happened in, oh my God, I can almost talk today as this video is coming out. It's happening in Pisces at 7 degrees. It happens at 9:36 p.m. Eastern Time Zone here in the U.S. And so we are going to go ahead and take a look at that. And then if you like this reading and you like the way it's going, then I would love for you to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell, because I'm going to stop the camera when I'm done with this, and I'm going to go ahead and pull cards for the second half of the month, and those will come out in the mid-month. So, all right, let's talk about what's happening here. So we have this is where you find yourself currently. Here's what you're focusing on. And this is what's happening on a subconscious level, and this is coming out of August. Here is your challenge, and here is your opportunity. Oh, the opportunity wants 2 cards. Well, that's nice, because you're going to need that. Okay, and let's find out what your superpower is. Your superpower. Okay. Okay. I like it. And what is your advice? All right, and then let's look at week of the 1st through the 9th and the 10th through the 16th. Ooh, okay, I see why you got the cards you did. This totally makes sense. All right, let's go. Overall energy, we have this 4 of Pentacles, this fear of not being enough, not having enough, not being able to manage what you have, because he looks like he has an overabundance and it's falling out, but he looks very worried about it. So there's something about resources and trying to maintain them in a way that that works for you. So there's a lot of Pentacles energy here. There's a lot of regret energy showing up here, and a lot of hope. And mostly I really want to focus on the hope part of it, because I think it's what really matters. So so that's how I feel about things. Okay, so here we go. We find you here with this 8 of Pentacles, right? So lots of Pentacles energy. You are busy working away at something. You're mastering a craft, a skill. You're working hard, getting out there every day, doing the things you need to do, focusing on the work. And somehow it feels like, this feels like, you know what that feels like? That feels like no matter how hard I work, I still can't pay all the bills. That's what that feels like. Like that's a frustration. It's like, oh my God, as hard as I work, as fast as it comes in, it goes out faster. Like, I can't seem to get ahead. That's the energy I'm picking up off of this. That totally makes sense. Okay, so there's some choices and decisions for you to make. You are really focusing on this. Where are you focusing your energy? It's up here. It's in this Judgment card. It's this not judging yourself as inadequate, but judging the situation. Okay? Don't judge yourself as inadequate, judge the situation. What works? What doesn't work? Is this worth my time and money? Is it not? Wow, there's a lot of balancing coming on with this. So what's interesting is, so you have this card of Judgment here, but this is what you're focusing on, is you are looking for the answers. And I want to say the answers are not outside of you, they're inside of you. And this looks like she's looking outside of her, but you're looking for a sign, a signal, something that says, hey, this is the right thing. But I found interesting, I never noticed this. I've got to go with what I get here. This got, oh, you cannot hardly see that. That Judgment card has 2 X's, right? That's the Roman numeral for Judgment. But the opportunity here is you have the 10. So it's like the choice. Like, you can go this way or that way, right? It's like one of them is the right choice. So so let's see if we can help you figure out what that is. All right, so here you are. Oh my God, it is. It is about you not thinking. Oh my gosh, look, this is a page of pentacles. But what's interesting is she's sitting at the table. She's counting the money. She's checking to see how much she has, right? So here you are. You're counting the money. But this underlying energy, I almost feel like this isn't you. This is almost like you. This old man who's got the sack that's full of money, and he's taking it and running off in the other direction. It's inflation. It's the landlords. It's the car that broke down. It's the school bills. It's the whatever, right? It's the money. And so it feels like, so an Eight of Pentacles is like, I do all this work. I feel like I've got everything under control. And then half of it just seems to disappear, like someone, like a thief in the night came and took it. That's what your energy feels like. Now, whether this is really about money, I tend to think so. It doesn't look like it, anything else, but it could be. Could be relationship, could be, your energy and the effort that you put in at work. Pentacles can represent your resource energy. So it's your time, your wisdom, your knowledge, your creative energy. It can be all of those things. But it feels very much like, just in general, the bills are getting you down. So I think in September is we have the first half of the month, we have Mercury in retrograde. It's a really good time to reorganize, to reassess, to reevaluate, which is what you're doing here, right? That's what this energy is for. And so focusing on that and how, and it's almost like the aha moment, like, oh, that's what. But your subconscious, I love this. You have the Knight of Cups. This is subconsciously, you are open to receiving from the universe. You're open to receiving, and also there's this energy, it feels like your joy, what fills up your cup of joy is the guiding light. That's the direction to move in, right? And so even though it's in the subconscious, we have this white horse of the conscious mind. And so it's almost as though, and his cup is tipped up like he's waiting for someone to fill it up. So on a very subconscious level, you are being encouraged to take steps toward being open to receiving. And I almost feel like they're saying it's working smarter, not harder. Because the challenge here, we have the Queen of Cups, and the Queen of Cups is the receptive energy. And so a great mantra, I'm always in the right place at the right time with the right people and the right opportunities. Another one is I have more than enough, and there's always more on the way. And when I get stressed about money, I start focusing on, I have a little song I sing in my head, because like the bills come in, and it can be stressful, but I just go, I'm not going to sing it for you, but I sing money, money, money. It's always sunny. It's my world. And so it lifts my spirits, and I just like, okay, universe, I'm open to receiving. What else are you sending me? Because I have these bills. You wouldn't give them to me if you weren't going to also send me a way to pay them. And so if you can adopt that mindset and open yourself up is the challenge, because you feel like it's going out faster. Like this guy's running off with a whole bunch of stuff here, and here you are working really hard to create some, and they're taking, a lot. All right, so what is your superpower? Your superpower is you can overcome your apathy. This is the disappointment almost, but this another day, another dollar kind of energy here of the Four of Cups, with using this energy this month to plant your seed of intention. It's the Ace of Pentacles. That is the seed that gets planted at that new moon in Capricorn, in Virgo. And that's happening on the 14th of this month. We're going to cover more about that in the second half of this month reading, but I really want to encourage you to be thinking about what it is that you want to do. And it almost feels like it's got a creative opportunity around it, something creative, something that would emotionally satisfy you, because this Four of Cups is kind of bored. So something that's exciting, a new way, a new opportunity to bring in additional resources financially for yourself, another way to do your job or to level up there, or a second income, or, do you, I don't know, maybe you're one of those people, you really dig going to yard sales, and what would happen if you had your own? Like when and resold all that crap you got, right? That it was fun and you enjoyed it, but now it's time to let someone else enjoy it and make a little money. But the thing about yard sales that I think it isn't the bargain hunting, it's the social. Oh my gosh. I learned to stop doing yards. Well, I still do that. I will have a yard sale before I move, but I like to have a yard sale right after I move. And when I move in and things that don't fit into my new space, I like to go out and have a yard sale because I meet my neighbors. And it always sucked to meet my neighbors when I was leaving. And this was a way to meet them. And so there's a social to it, and you can still make some money, right? And so that I feel like there's something that is emotionally satisfying, that you have an opportunity to plant a seed of intention. It's emotionally satisfying and creatively satisfying, and at the same time, it's financially rewarding. And so it's kind of like looking for that idea, and you have a couple of weeks, right? Because this is only, as I'm recording this is the 29th. You'll be seeing this on the 30th. So we'll have that full moon in Pisces. That full moon in Pisces will allow you to release and let go of some of those lower vibrational energies, to clear space for the next 2 weeks to be thinking about what is that big seed of intention that you want to plant that has so much potential here. Because here's the opportunity. So here we have the Four of Cups, and now we have the Five of Cups, right? But the opportunity is for you using your superpower of optimism, and I can plant whatever I want, I can do what I want. You have the Wheel of the Year, the Wheel of Fortune. And so this month, right, is the month where we crank that Wheel of the Year, and we move from summer into fall. We have the equinox, we move into your season. And so happy birthday to you, Libra, if your birthday is this month. And so there is this cranking of the wheel, but this means that you do it. It is your actions. It's not waiting for things to just fall into place magically. No. This is your decision to manifest and to create by choosing something. Your superpower says to choose something. So what is that thing you want to focus on? And here, in the middle of this wheel is a big old pentacle sitting there. You can crank the wheel. You can open up the flow of abundance through your positive attitude and through your deciding what it is that you want to manifest and create. So there's your opportunity. Just be open to receiving ideas, inspiration, and the abundance of the universe. And you don't need to know where it's going to come from sometimes. Sometimes I don't know where it's coming from, and then all of a sudden, boop, there it is. And I'm like, wow, that's amazing. And so sometimes it works like that, and sometimes it's also through my own work that I generate, where I'm like, oh, we'll try this and see if it works. I'll try that and see if it works. And eventually something works. And speaking of, does something work? Do you guys like the new thumbnail? Because if you do, let me know. If you were like, yeah, it's let me know that too. I'm actually going to be, I'm just playing around. I was bored. I did that instead of doing readings, but anyway. So I'm running behind this week. But there you go. So sometimes you got to do something creative just for the heck of it, right? So there's that energy, right? And so I really want to encourage you to. Oh, also, if you comment on this video, speaking of creating your own luck, I'm going to do a reading for somebody that leaves a comment this month. I don't know who. I thought I'd try that as a new thing because I really want more connection with the community. I know some readers don't do personal readings. I actually totally enjoy it. I enjoy the connection. I don't do a lot of them. I don't have time to do a lot of them, but and I don't do them because they make me a lot of money. I do them because I really like the connection. I like to get into your chart and see what's going on. I like to help you out. So make sure you leave a comment so that you have an opportunity for that. And if you want a personal reading, maybe because you want to set up for the year ahead. I do those, and my email is in the description box below. That's how you contact me. So look, this first week, the 1st through the 10th, the 9th, you have the 9 of Swords. The 9 of Swords is letting your thoughts chase you around, right? I mean, and so that's why I think that that's when you sit down, you write up your budget for the month, and you pay some of the bills, and it can be a very stressful time, and I do think it's coming through that way for you here. And so I do see how the first week you're like, I don't know, I worked really hard, I thought I had enough, and then somebody came and they took it. Some big bill happened, like at Christmas time when my car dropped its transmission. That was $6,000. So, I'm still working to pay that off, right? And so sometimes it happens and you're like, oh, what is the way through this, right? So I think that you're up in your head. And this month, between now and actually October 28th, so all the way through your birthday season, there is this energy to really get into heart coherence that's happening because we have Venus, your ruling planet, in a conversation with Mars, what action to take. And they're actually moving, so Venus is in Leo now and Mars is in your sign. And then they're going to both shift to the next sign over. So then she'll be in Virgo and he'll be in Scorpio where he's at home. So they're both, there's this energy here where they're having this conversation about choices and decisions, making judgments. They're in sextile this whole time, but it's very comfortable. It's a conversation about what do I feel, what do I want, what do I value, Venus, and then Mars, what action do I want to take? How do I want to move this thing forward? What's a value? How do I take action on what's a value to me? And so they're having this conversation. And so a really good way to do this is to really connect in with your heart. You have a little mind in your heart. Instead of the one up here where you got the nasty crows chasing you down, all this, the stress, right? The stress. When that happens, when you're feeling stressed, just put your hand on your heart and reconnect into yourself. Take a nice deep breath in. And then when you exhale, try to exhale for longer than you inhaled. So say you inhale for 3, exhale for 4. Let yourself come back into the calm. And in this place right here, focus on the gratitude for what you do have, the opportunities you have, and for the things that are on the way that you don't even know what they are yet. Because if you believe it, you will receive it. There you go. Never heard that one before. So, second week, Ace of Cups. I think that things start to come in. So here the challenge is this cup, right? The Queen of Cups. Are you open to receiving? The second week, you have a real opportunity to receive. This knight knows that. He's already reached out for it, right? And so all it's going to take on your part, I think, to crank this wheel is to get out of your head and into your heart. Get out of your head and into your heart. Get out of the apathy, the fear, the overwhelm, and get into your heart. So here's your advice. You have a 8 of Wands, but this is Spirit coming in with a message. So be open to receiving the message that is coming through. And with it comes the Queen of Pentacles. And the Queen of Pentacles is about how do I nurture, how do I grow? What do I need to cut out of my life? What do I need to prune out of my life in order to create space for something to grow? How do I take what I have and make it more abundant? Right? She's all about growth. She's like a little mini empress. And so that is the energy here. So you have pentacles all over the space, right? You have the pentacles here, here, overall energy, your energy, advice energy because there's a pentacle in the middle of this wheel, advice energy, superpower energy here. This is about you believing in your ability to manifest and create, to bring things in, but it is done through the heart. Look, cups, 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 cups. Nothing but cups and pentacles really going on here, right? And so there is an emotional connection to your ability to manifest and create abundance and resources for yourself. And so it is by being open and to receiving, being willing to let go of with that full moon in Pisces, being willing to let go of the regret, no sense crying over spilled milk. What's gone is already gone. And I'm not talking about if you're mourning the passing of a loved one. I'm talking about some kind of resource. I'm talking about something that someone came in and they stole. Maybe it's not really stealing, but that's how I feel about these corporations that are having record profits while inflation is out of control. They're stealing from us. Okay. You have the goat and the rabbit for your totems for the month. Oh, I love this. All right, so the rabbit is about fertility. The rabbit is about paying attention to and knowing when to move, when to zig and when to zag, but it is fertility, right? This is usually like in the, I won't say usually, but in the Rider-Waite version of the Queen of Pentacles, which I almost never use. There's a little bunny rabbit sitting down there. And then you have the goat. And the goat, you know, this is really tapping into, we got Pluto in Capricorn right now. And it's kind of creating this trine with the energies that's going on in Taurus. You've got Jupiter. Well, actually, it's Uranus that would be creating that. And as the sun moves through the latter degrees of Virgo, and that moon, that new moon there, they are creating this trine energy. So nice grounded earth energy, a nice flow of energy. But the goat always reminds us that we can overcome obstacles. We can overcome obstacles. We will climb our way out of anything. But it is about paying attention to what is the next best step. I'm here, what's my next step? I'm here, what's my next step? Because if you try to get too far ahead of yourself when you're climbing up a mountain with lots of rocks on it, you're not paying attention to where you set your next foot, right? You're going to slide backwards and it could hurt. So here you want to just one step at a time, one day at a time, use that energy. But you have the card of fertility here. This is fertility, this is fertility, this is fertility, this is fertility. There's so much opportunity to bring in and to manifest what you want. And so try not to be fearful about the fact that it seems like the money's going out faster than it's coming in. Start focusing instead on the opportunities that are coming in faster than maybe you thought, right? 8 of Wands, right? Like, I don't know about you guys, but I'm so freaking busy these days and I'm having a hard time keep up with everything. And so when you open yourself up to that kind of energy and allow it to flow in, you might have to hustle a little to keep up. So you have the card of leadership and stability, earth spirit. That's the Pentacles energy. The leadership says step up and mentor. Step up and help someone else. Step up and do for someone else. When you're feeling stressed out, the best way to feel better about yourself and what's going on is when you recognize what your own skills and talents are, and then you share them with others, right? You put them out there. So this Four of Pentacles sometimes is about hoarding our resources when we should be giving freely. This card right here of the Eight of Pentacles is sometimes the card of mentorship, where you're teaching someone else a skill that you already have, and in teaching this skill, maybe that is how. So what do you know how to do that you could teach somebody that would help you out in financially and emotionally? There's an emotional connection. When we teach somebody something and they excel at it, there's that sense of pride, you know, like the parent has for the child, or the boss has for someone that they've been working with, like trying to teach them something. Like teachers with their students, right? There's an emotional sense of pride that comes in. It's really hard to deny. Okay, you have clearing the excess, right? Full moon, letting stuff go. Letting go of the negative energy, letting go of the thoughts, the excess thoughts that are not serving you. But I also think that for some of you, I really keep seeing this yard sale pop up. Okay, so, yeah. No, I just keep seeing that. All right, so you are entering a transitional phase and would benefit from clearing away excess clutter, whether it is in your physical body or your physical space. And I also want to say in your emotional body, like don't be carrying around things that are not yours. And you're where you need to be. I'm always in the right place at the right time with the right people and the right opportunities. I have more than enough, and there's more on the way. So acknowledge how you're feeling, right? Acknowledge that you're feeling a little apathetic, that you're feeling a little disappointed, right? Acknowledge those feelings. Whatever is causing you to feel like this, right? Acknowledge them. Your feelings are real and valid. All right? But then understand that you can do something about it, right? So acknowledge the feelings and then mountain goat. What is the next best step? So have faith that the universe will take care of a current concern by providing the best possible outcome for all provided. Be open to receiving. Be open to receiving the information that you need. Be open, but you're going to hear it in your heart space. Like, okay, so it may show up like a job promotion opportunity or something like that, but in your heart you're going to be like, yeah, no, that's for me. That's for me. That's the thing I want. Or whatever it is. It should resonate in your heart as something you want, and that's how you know it's the right answer. So I really want to encourage you, Libra, to become optimistic about the future, because the future, your optimism dictates the direction your future moves in. And so I hope that that's what you do, because you have 2 aces here. You have the Wheel of Fortune and 2 aces. Like, that's new. Lots of opportunity, but you just got to clear some space. Emotional, mental, physical. Give it some space for something new to grow. Earth Spirit really, that pentacle energy, opportunity to grow something. All right, I'm on Facebook every day. I really get into the astrology there. Be sure to hit the notification bell so you'll know when the second part of this reading in the mid-month comes up. I'm going to do a what do you need to know next week, and the week after the mid-month we're going to look at the success that we can bring into ourselves, because we're going to have all the personal planets moving forward. Even though everything else is retrograde out there, what are our next steps that will lead us towards success? Because we're going to have to really be the calm in the eye of the storm is kind of how that's going to feel. All right, you guys take great care, and I'll see you back here next week.